Now, Prince Harry's flying visit over here to the United Kingdom, bypassing all of those wonderful security fears that he's told the British Home Office all about for so many years now, well, seemingly it could have bigger connotations. And more importantly, has His Majesty the King quite literally saved Harry and Meghan and their brand? As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you today. Thank you so much for joining me. By the way, just a quick mention about the recent video regarding the snowflakes cutting down the theatre and managing to get that particular production moved out. Glad you all agree with me. You know, you don't have to, but I do sort of think it's this thing, isn't it, where they're always begging for money from you and I, but then, you know, oh no, you don't, we're not putting that on because you might want to watch that, you know, the sort of thing. I find it incredible, in fact, that, you know, in this day and age when they're begging for money, anybody, it's like anybody refusing cash in a coffee shop. You can't be that strapped then, and if you close, your problem. Yes, they're trying to force us out, and I know that, you know, because it's the way it is, but you know, you still do have some power and have a say. So glad though that we all got involved in that. Truly, thank you so much. Theatre's a big passion, as you can imagine. Now, of course, a big passion some people might say is Harry and Meghan's charitable foundation. Yes, I mean, as it was revealed, it was 1 hour a week. It's not exactly taxing, not exactly demanding, as some people might also point out. But there's a bigger picture to it than that, actually. That, you know, apparently was worked out and all in the accounts. But nonetheless, it read incredibly badly. This is from a couple who apparently service is universal, you know, just not exclusive. All word salad, as the kids say, isn't it? What is that about? Waffle and nonsense. But you see, what's very clever, as we know, is the Invictus Games is coming up once again, a huge flop for Netflix. So Harry really needs to make the next Invictus Games busy. And next week he flies out alongside his wife, cable TV actress Meghan Markle, to try and drum up some support. What's interesting there is this. Till recently, of course, Meghan was really nothing to do with the Invictus Games, but she's wormed her way in, and apparently Harry can't do it without her. Do what exactly? March in front of veterans in a two-piece of shorts? It's not exactly a good look, is it? But he believes that she brings some Hollywood glamour, talking points, and of course much needed publicity. Now the games have a few problems: staff leaving and funds. Never easy running a charitable organisation. I feel so sorry for the people attached to the Invictus Games though, because they are truly worthy heroes, people that have done so much for us, and really this is their moment, and hijacked once again by all sorts of connotations attached to it. But you see, the bottom line is this, that Harry himself has done himself a huge favour by that zip-fast visit over here to see King Charles, His Majesty the King, his father, because while when he goes over to Vancouver in Canada, a wonderful part of the world I might just say, well, it gives him something to talk about. You know, dignitaries remember that he's attached to the British monarchy, not Meghan, him. And of course people will be offering their, you know, good wishes and all sorts of things attached to that. So by default it gets a lot of publicity. Now the cynics may say, of course, this is exactly what Harry did, zipped across, made sure people talk about him. I would suggest still that there's a percentage that may have had this very unstable man worried about, you know, mortality and indeed his father. How would it play out? Perhaps he isn't as heartless as his wife Meghan Markle, who's just cut off her ailing father, whichever way you look at it. But you see, it's all to play for in the land of celebrity, and nobody works it better than, of course, a lot of people out there, the people now that Harry is surrounded by, not people who possibly have his very best interests at heart. So for now, inadvertently, His Majesty the King could honestly say he may have just rescued the Invictus Games over in Canada. Wonder how he feels about that. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.